born under that are geniuses. Sam and I was talking about a young lady that we know. I met her through Sam. Her mama was a smoker. Been smoking since the 70s and snorting since the 70s. She started snorting, then when they introduced that, you know, she went full-fledged all in that, and he said to this day she's still doing it, but her daughters was raised under that. Now her daughter, one of her daughters, is smoking. Smoking full-fledged. When I first met her, she was about 15.
Well, the thing about these smokers, when you start talking about smoking, what trips me out about that is that, like you just said a few moments ago, that they're not smoking the same stuff that it was back in the day.
So that's why you don't see a population of people or hanging out doing and all of this extra murdering, gang banging, because it's a new drug that's been took over, and to do this drug is in privacy. Okay? It's in privacy. Because the grown man keep you under lockdown in privacy. And they're not just snorting this or lighting it on aluminum foil and inhaling it. These people are shooting it up. They need to get that feel. They're shooting
you
up.
saying these people, we're talking about young folk.
No, we're talking about now, baby. It's not young folk. It's done hit the suburban wives.
So the middle class, the upper.
It's the middle class, upper, along with the lower class, and it's not the youngsters anymore. They're more in college. It's the collegers and the middle-aged suburban soccer mom. Okay? So, and along with that drug, because that drug makes you very sexually active. So nobody want to kill themselves anymore. They don't want to not kill other people. They don't want to gang bang and all that. They want to get high and they want to fuck. That's why you have this sexual energy. That energy is no longer here. It's a whole different energy. You have to think about it. Don't you find it strange that the whole world is gay and want all these rights? Not knocking it. I'm just saying, what gives you the right to want a right to be able to do, to have a right to be able to practice in your bedroom, a sexual act with the same sex as you are? We're not talking about we need rights as human beings, to be able to have heirloom seeds that grow and make other seeds and grow from those seeds, or rights as human beings to be able to own part of the air, the sky. You understand? We're talking about you want the government to give you rights because you want to practice same sex acts on another sex the same as you. I just find that very interesting. Now we have our children that are coming up 8, 9, and 10 saying that they're gay. How do they know? How do they know? How do they know they want to have sex with the same sex? Well, I like her like her.
I think it was a point in time where, as grown up adolescents or even adolescents or preteeners, for those who don't know what adolescence is, but babies, that we all get curious with whoever you're closest to.
No, but these are children that hasn't even, fondled around and do that. We talk about they're 5 and 6, talking about they like. I knew when I was 6 that I liked the same sex as I. How is that? You come out the womb you come out the womb already in a sexual thought, pretense already. So what they thought crack was going to do, or so-called crack was going to do to our people as a whole and our culture, it turned out that they had geniuses. Okay? They had geniuses and they didn't have disabilities. They just are different species because it altered the DNA. Heroin, the same, has altered the DNA and has made sexual predators. Okay, they come out the womb already ready to get ready and let's get it. Okay?
And they know that. That's the reason why they want to do these vaccinations to offset sexual activity in offsprings that are not even ready for that area. But they already want to do the vaccination, which means they already know what the program is.
They already know what the program is. I already know what the program is. I smoked marijuana being pregnant with one of my children. They want to take the baby away from me as if I done smoked hard drugs. And it was documented that the doctor gave me okay to smoke marijuana because I was a bipolar type 2 manic depressant and couldn't be on my meds, okay? They want to take the baby away from me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here it is, other women that are on hard drugs, and we're not going to even get into the other cultures that are doing hard drugs, and these children are still with them, but our children are instantly snatched up, and they're shooting up, snorting up, smoking up, lacing, all kind, drinking. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And these children, well, we want to make sure we just, we want to keep the families together, and mom just needs some supervision on helping her to cope and deal. And it's all bullshit. One, we're a hot commodity as far as being institutionalized in baby prison or whatever, destroying our families, and we're not even the biggest drug addicts. That is documented. Very documented. It is not us who have the problem. So you see, that's why they will take, a rocked up cocaine away, because it didn't do what they thought or wanted it to do. You gave birth to geniuses, okay? Your AIDS babies and your HIV babies. Now, the parent will die off because that parent is not a part of the new species line, okay? But that child will not die off. That child will thrive. It's a new species of being. It can't do what the original beings did. So they use that as a terraform to get rid of population, okay? That ain't really working. Because even the parent, who is an old species, if they do right, they can live being altered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So that's why now they making the so-called HIV/AIDS drug, available for all people now. And they have a new one that they have came out with. Because even the old one, it's just not cutting it. Cutting the mustard.
So you mean a new drug? Something that everybody can take to prevent you from getting HIV?
No, to help you sustain and cope with your HIV.
Okay, so
AIDS.
Those who have HIV, they have a new drug.
Yeah, that everybody can get now. Because, the original, not everybody can get. So if you're poor, let's just say, because it's no such bull crap as middle, you're either high income or low income, and that means poor. Okay? There's just cut and simple. Okay? Because you go to work every day don't make you high income, because you just cutting the mustard. You low income. You're maintaining. Okay, so those who can just maintain life, they weren't able to get them drugs. Their jobs their insurances on their jobs would not cover those drugs. And if you was just flat out destitute, which means you receiving family services and food stamps and aid from the government, you just jacked. They use those people as experiments and guinea pigs, okay? That's what they did with those people. Then they even made them their own apartments and things like that, so that they could have somewhere to stay. They said that it was because the population was after them and wanted to kill them and shine them, like in the scriptures, they had their leopards.
Right.
But no, they wanted to keep them in a segregated area where they knew where they were and could be watched and documented. To see their progression on the medication that they were giving them. Okay? That's what that really was.
Right.
So
really
but you notice nowadays, you don't even hear that. You don't even hear about that. All you hear about is gay rights. And my life matters. And it's not even gang banging anymore. It's your everyday neighborhood fire marshal Bill that's killing you now. The one that's supposed to be here to serve and protect. That's your gang banger. It's not even you. It's not me. It's not Jimmy down there with the Confederate flag. It's every time you step foot out your house and one drive by with that protective serve, that's your gangbanger. Okay? So, because you don't see the old way, anymore, that's because everybody's turned up, as they keep saying. They was mollied out, syruped out, and all that has something to do with the opiate, which is heroin, poppies. Mm-hmm. So, you don't get that up. You ain't nobody talking about doing no lines no more. No, that's...
And it's still shunned upon about doing a line. It's like, dude, you tripping. You on that shit.
But it's okay to walk around in the bathroom with a syringe and tourniquets and old rags to tie your arm up and at a grocery store in a parking lot with your 1-year-old in the back seat trying to shoot up and you die. That's cool though. And you nodding off. They're just taking a nap. And that's not strange to you? Why didn't they stay at home and take a nap? But you at Target in the parking lot taking a nap. I mean, but they can do that. We can't. You see where I'm going with this? Mm-hmm. So all these population control tactics that they come after us to do, which we used to think it was, of course it's going to always be the ethnic agenda to, get us depleted, off the top. You're going to always be first. So you are first in something. And you're greatly accepted in something when it comes to, dealing with, depleting, your population and your lineage. But it just always backfire and go, to the good old soccer mom, because, Jimmy's working all the time and she's just really, quite frankly, bored. She has nothing to do and she has all that time on her hands and she's dealing with these children and, she was reared to have a husband and to be a stay-at-home mom and do all these great things, And she at home getting zooted and booted. Okay?
That's just what it is.
So, now everybody's gay. Everybody want gay rights. You have a couple of cities in 2 different states that we know for a fact that is known for their gayism. What is that in California? What city is that?
I don't know. I don't know the gay cities.
You're a
California. But I heard it was.
Yeah.
I heard it was San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco, and I heard it was Atlanta. You understand?
But I don't really know.
I don't know either. I just pass through it each time. And everybody tells me, oh, you should move to Atlanta because they have, oh my God, they're doing it. All I see them doing is doing. Doing. And I'm, that's not my deal. I don't want none of the water there. I don't want none of the food there. I don't want to even breathe that sky there. Okay? Because that's what's happening. Real talk. People can say, oh, you're just a conspiracy theorist and you're so naughty. It's gay people where you are. Yeah, but we're talking about a whole city in one state. Okay? And if you're not gay, you're bi. And if you ain't bi, you're down low gay. Meaning you got a wife on the side and a husband. or a husband on the side and a wife. You understand what I'm saying?
A husband on the side and a boyfriend.
No. That's too much like, husband on the side and a boyfriend. Yeah, all that. It's confused. See, I don't know what they call themselves. I can't even keep it straight in my head. You see what I'm saying? See, I just got confused because that's not my deal. It's not my era. All I know is, I am strictly dickly for those that are listening. Strictly dickly. I'm a female of color. Okay? I don't do that. I shave just so I make sure I don't bush bump. You understand? I don't do any of that. I don't do it. Not that I don't believe in it. I'm just saying I wasn't born with that thought. I was not born with that. And, I don't have an issue with them doing their thing. I'm just saying when you start putting pressure and putting into institutions, and the government is saying you must allow your brand new baby coming into this world at the starting at the age of 5, instead of us doing ABCs and 1 2 3s, we're learning how to suck fellatio, give fellatio.